Hello there, today is hopefully finishing World 7 sort of a time of day, so let us try and finish the World 7 at this time which we like to call day. I'm just looking outside at the moment. It is technically evening, it's like 6:30, but it's very day-like because, you know, stuff, summer and that. Let us begin our quest in this castle of something or other. It's very good if you have a castle to fill it with something or other, because if you just have an empty castle, it's not very good level design, is it? Well, Super Paper Mario, I'm sure, did that in like one of the times where the empty world thing. It's like chapter 6 or something. I've not actually played that game, so I don't know why I'm talking about it. I can talk about things I don't know about, and also talk about things like Podobos just sort of existing. Yeah, this is gonna be smells like quite a challenge. Nothing near last episode. That was quite a something flavoured experience, but this is looking to be much smoother of a sort of a ride. Even though those Podobos are slightly evilly placed. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I do know what I'm doing. I'm playing Mario's Return. It's like Mario, except it's the return, you know? So I'm just going to continuously spin jump here and hope I get hit by an invisible ceiling. This game likes its invisible ceilings, doesn't it? It also likes its impossible to clear... Oh no, what am I doing? Impossible to avoid piranha plants just sort of poking out of the ceiling, the pipes above you. But that's not a constant feature, it's just a sort of thing which has happened just this once in this level, which doesn't seem to be a good level at all from what I've seen so far. But what do I know about level design? I've never designed a good level in my life. Not that I've made much time and effort into doing such things, but you know, it's a thing. It's a thing which exists in this land we like to call getting hit by stuff you can't see coming. Nice. Is this just going to be another sort of memorization sort of a level? Because I'm not sure. I'm not sure I want to put myself through that all over again, but it looks to be as such. So yes, here is where I begin editing, I think. So yes, this is a place where there are Podobos, and you need to spin jump over them or else you get hit by them. And if you spin jump over them, you also get hit by them, because that's just how these enemy things work. Do they count as enemies if you have absolutely no way of dispatching them? I don't know. I don't know if there is any reason to suggest otherwise. Alright, let's not risk it. Let's instead be silly. And just spin jump everywhere, because it's impossible to tell whether you're going to get hit or not by a thing. So, I'm just going to keep on reiterating the same ideas over and over again, because that's what unscripted videos have happen in. I suppose that's where I'm coming out of, so let's go in the store. It's one of those layer 2 sections. Except this time, I don't know, it's one of those layer 2 sections. Except this time it involves layer 2. Not just layer 1. Not even just layer 3. Like, layer 3 is I think what the background is in here. I'm not too familiar with the inner workings of this game's engine, but I've poked around in it. Oh no, I died in the death. Oh no. Let's try not to do as such all over again, because that would be an inconvenience to say at least. Okay, so maybe that pipe was not where we come out, but never mind. 'Twill do. Right, here in the world we like to call Mario's Return. That's an interesting name for a world. No, we call it World 7. We don't call it a name, we call it a number. Mr. the Prisoner, or whatever his name. He doesn't have a name in the series, does he? The 60s mystery TV series, weird. You know, the Prisoner, that thing. The thing I'm talking about. You know the thing I'm talking about. The thing I'm talking about. Yes, he doesn't have a number, he just has a name. You know? I'm getting this backwards, and I'm going to fall in the pit, because it's a pit full of lava, which makes it even more pit-like. So yeah, see you back at the midpoint, or back at my next death, it looks like. So, sounds like a fun one. going in a door thing, which we call a door. A door. A door. When you're in Doorville, anything can happen. The town of the doors. It's the town of the doors, though. If you come from a house, then if you don't, in that, whatever. The town of the doors. If you're a door, you live in that town, then your house will have a front door. Because there's, of course, infringements on the rights of doors in public society. And so, you know, houses are just sort of doorless, and they end up being very cold. But since you're a door, you don't actually have any sensory organs, so you can't tell that it's cold. Keep spin jumping because prepare to die otherwise. Pretty much. Whoops. That was a sort of prepare to die because I spin jumped sort of a situation, which is not wanted, not necessary, and all sorts of other valid constructive criticism, I assume. Whoops. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Why does that always happen? I'm nearly back at midpoint. Midpoint for me and also myself, and I've got all my lives, so that is a success story and a half. Not half of a success story, just a half. You know, the number a half, it's a number. Maybe a success story is in fact a variable, and it is a variable resistor. You can affect its resistance by varying its resistance, you know. That's sort of in the name right there. Descriptive names are like other names, only descriptive. Tautologies are like other verbal constructions, only... As I was saying, tautologies are like other verbal constructions, only tautological. You know how a thing is like itself? Self-similarity is probably a phrase. A phrase which can be used for such things as phrasing, and, you know, trying to find the optimum fingers to use for the particular piano keys in this particular part of the piece which you are currently playing. Or not playing, because instead you're watching this thing, who knows? Your current status is unknown to me. It is probably theoretically possible to practice an instrument and also watch this video at the same time, but I'm pretty sure you would be neither concentrating on either of them, so whether it counts as concentration at all, I don't think so. You see, when you're doing a thing, it's important to actually be doing that thing rather than just sort of be pretending to be doing that thing. Because if you just pretend to do a thing, then you're not doing the thing. So you just make it known to other people that you are in fact procrastinating and not in fact just lying about your status in thing doing at the moment. Because truthfulness in this circumstance is a useful thing. Ah! Don't do that. Also don't do that. Go more like that, yes. That doesn't count as puzzle solving, but you know, I can pretend. Okay, here is the boss door, but we have not yet got the boss key. However shall we get inside? By being silly, that's how. And which boss it is, it is. It's Wendy. Featuring way getting obstacle. Which I just have to sort of jump into for no reason whatsoever. So let's just try and return back towards where we arrived in this world of first-person plural pronouns for standing in the circumstances of a first-person singular person, aka me. By definition, that's what the first-person singular object pronoun is in English. And yes, what am I talking about? I'm talking about irrelevances, as just so happens to be the norm in these videos of LPing of mine. Talking about relevant things, it does happen occasionally, but you know, it's about the time is split sort of half and half between relevant things and irrelevant things, I think, in terms of commentation. But a lot of the time's also spent just sort of not saying anything because I can't think of anything else to say, because I'm very talented at just saying words occasionally. As opposed to talented at saying words all the time, which is, I'm sure, well, I sometimes can say words all the time. I suppose it is very possible to interpret my commentary as such a thing as that. However, it is not entirely true, for there are lots of, especially in like sped up sections, there are lots of very noticeable gaps in between the different sections of my speaking, etc. So right, yes, Wendy with one hit and lots of extra obstacles. How will this turn out? Let's find out in the next episode. Oh. I think the best bet here is to just sort of stay in one place, basically. And make sure Wendy just sort of arrives at some point. Because that would be a nice thing to happen. If I just sort of stay in one place like this, and then eventually the foe will eventually arrive, such as now, and now I'm going to go to the other end for no reason whatsoever. And do risky things and end up just dying anyway, so yes, well done on that plan, Self. Oh dear, this is going to be a one episode video. What? A one episode video, right. One level video. So yes. It's not an episodic video game, although you could probably call if you felt like you're playing different worlds with different levels episodes, but that just doesn't make sense. This is not a story-driven game, whether the creators would like you to think so or not. This is trying to be a backstory about, oh, there's ghosts everywhere. That probably is significant in some capacity, although it's never explained why, but it doesn't matter, you can probably figure out of your own accord, sort of unofficial explanation for what on earth the guy's trying to tell you. Trying to be told things. Is it a concept? I suppose it counts as a concept. Things which count as concepts are generally concepts. Except concept albums aren't of themselves concepts, they just contain her. For the longest time I thought concept album just sort of meant an album which was experimental, as in it is more a concept for an idea than a fully developed album. Of course that's far from the truth, but it just sort of to me felt like the natural idea of what that sort of a name meant. Turns out it's not the case, of course. Yes, well played there. I shut up and I don't know. When you're not recording, it's very easy to shut up on things. When you're recording, it's difficult as well. Don't feel pressure from not speaking, being a thing that you don't want to happen. It's just that I have words that come out of my mouth. The only one I'm pressing the go button with. It's probably a described psychological phenomenon, but I always call it, so there you go. I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist or a psychic or something else with this in that particular order, and not anything between. I should have power up. I should have power now because I've been silly. I've been silly in my usage of power-ups. As such, I have regretted my decisions fully, informally, and potentially, and also other adverbs. Using those to describe things using adverbs only. That's trying to make sense using adverbs as possible as few other words as possible. I'm not going to try, so I'm going to let your folks at home do the trying, because my job is not trying, you know it's trying. Not trying active, trying to gerundive noun thing. I don't know. Go over here, self. It's probably for the best. Oh. Try not to die. Yep, that was called Try Not to Die. I really ought to shut up and just sort of finish the level and make an effort and stuff. And not be silly, but it's difficult. I don't want to try. I want to do nothing the whole time. That's not true. I want to get this done. Of course I want to get it done. I don't want the episode to be about 5 hours long. This is not streaming territory we're in at the moment. This is high quality edited let's play footage, drama, action stuff. I'm just going to shut up and play. Didn't even get hit. Okay, maybe shutting up has its merits. I do not know. Anyway, here we are, back in the world of adventures, as the Flower Kings would put it. That's a weird band name. It's not even very good, it's just weird. Anyway, here we have to watch the cutscene, which I have to do all sorts of special effects to make it be not copyrighted or something. Wendy Cooper has been sent packing, and a door has opened to Ectopolis, home of all spirits. Onward, hero, the fire of conversation is here in New Orleans. Okay, so this is probably where Storytown begins, because there's lots of games where they don't have much story in the first, like, massive section, and then suddenly it begins. Let's find out what's in World 8. Oh gosh, isn't this exciting? It's like got 5 levels in it. This is the final world, guys. Who knows what will happen here? Oh no.